What it is, YouTube. What's up? Hello, League of Stars. How you all doing today? You doing good? Staying healthy? Are you ready to get scared? With me tonight? 'Cause you know what it is tonight. So, as I was editing, I realized how late it was. Well, I got a treat for you. The Dylan Kurosaki Show. At it again. Are you ready? That's good. You're early today, actually. You're early today. That's what I like to see. And I'm really, really glad this screen is bright so you can see my beautiful face. For I love you. Anyways, let's get into this. I am loving Horror Shorts Party lately. And I love tuning in every night for the scare of my life and my pants. Yeah. And this is going out to Horror Shorts Party. I love you guys. You make some of the best animations out there. I praise you. I love you. Where were you all my life? Thank you for making these for people to enjoy. And what better way to do that is doing my show. So that way more people can view your cartoon and cartoons. That's why I'm doing this, for you guys. So that way I can help out you guys. Get more people to watch you. That's why I'm doing this. I love helping out people like you guys. Horror Shorts Party. Your content deserves recognition. It deserves our love. Not just that, it also deserves to be viewed. So guys, I highly recommend you subscribe to Horror Shorts Party. I highly recommend it. Subscribe right now, because they make awesome content. Anyways, let's get right into this. Let's start out with the first short. 2 horror stories animated. Alright, let's get it right in. 2 scary horror stories. Through lucid dreams.
So about 3 weeks ago, I started
Michael Jordan?
dreams, often
Is he
involving
voicing?
happening in a different order than usual. It started off pretty normal.
Michael School Bus. Is this going to be another field trip?
Abnormal
No way!
For some reason, this stuck with me. The dreams were kind of, like an anthology. The second dream followed the next night.
Miss
The dream
Fizzle?
started the same, but this time, I got on a bus.
Yeah, no, this is like Michael School Bus.
In an odd middle set behind me. Which is off, seeing as how...
Yeah, Michael School Bus.
The man whispered to me, but I didn't understand what he said.
I like this.
I had the same dream, but a few minor differences. This time I understood what he said. Remember, don't ask questions. I really didn't understand what he
I don't understand what he said either. I don't understand that.
I kind of fell asleep during the lecture in my psychology class. The dream continued where
I hate when dreams do that. I get that too.
in the bus,
especially with nightmares.
before I woke up.
And that's scary AF.
I didn't understand it. When I woke up, my mom was calling me, and I stepped outside of the classroom. so I had to answer. My mother informed me that my estranged father had passed. She sent me a link of the
Oh.
There was a picture of the
Let's
stranger.
check out for the dream!
Was it some kind of intuition? Or my mind playing tricks?
Bro!
After that, the
Yo,
dream
that's
stopped.
freaky!
I still haven't figured out what the last thing he said was. I guess I'll never know.
Oh. Aww.
This is a story about a girl in my high school. I go to high school
And she's
just like
beautiful.
any normal person would, but I was having a little trouble with my grades. So I started staying after school to do a little extra work to bring my grades up. But I've noticed in school that there has been this quiet girl.
And why is she looking at her like that? She's showing that I'll take a catches look. Descends.
Never taking her eyes
That's
off.
rude.
I really didn't mind it, but
And creepy, yes. Ain't that too?
This kept going on for about 2 weeks. At this point, I was feeling very uncomfortable. One day when school ended and tutoring started, I sit as far away as possible from her. We go home at around 6 p.m. And this day I got on the bus like usual. There was only one bus because there aren't so many people.
Okay, this goodness is up following her.
Possible from her.
That's really, really
But that day,
creepy.
when I got off my bus stop, she got off too. This was weird as she
Yo, that's
always got off
dip.
at a different bus stop.
That's dip.
But I really wasn't paying
One.
attention to it. I thought maybe
That's
she
just
was
one thing to
at the bus stop
do.
or something. I don't know. I really didn't think about it.
It's just following
It was
her.
dark, and it was about a 1
Can
mile
you
walk
stop?
from the bus stop to my home.
Get some help.
But I noticed that the girl has been following me for about 2 minutes, and I didn't know why.
That's dip.
This was surprising
One.
me, but there wasn't really much I could do.
And
Ignored
one.
her.
Right what you want.
Minded my own business, and I kept walking.
That girl
minutes later,
that's following
I
her can
just
kiss
kept
his
following
hands.
I started to get the feeling that maybe she was lost or something. It was dark, and then she started talking to herself. She was acting really weird, and I just wanted to ignore it, but she kept whispering to herself.
One.
The sound was getting closer.
Thank
and closer, so
you.
I picked up the pace. When I picked up the pace, she also did too. She then let out a scream that was so damn loud that it almost made me pee my pants. I started.
Oh!
I was getting scared, so I ran around the neighborhood. I didn't want her to
That
get my house
bitch though.
because she would know where I live. Around the corner, I saw a
That's
bush large
smart.
enough for me to hide in. Then she stopped as she thought that she lost me. When she stopped, she took a deep breath and she
Thank goodness.
I stayed there for about 5 more
I
minutes.
don't want her following her again.
I was thinking to myself that this girl was insane and had some mental problems. After this horrifying experience, I didn't go to after-school tutoring again.
She's in her locker. Oh no, thank you. Oh.
Another cleaning tip from Mr.
Oh, that's a legit. No, thank you.
Erase dirt and mud on shoes.
Sally Hansen's Miracle Gel. 2 steps for up to 8 days of color and shine. No UV lamp needed.
Alright. Let's do the next one. This one's called True R&B Horror Story.
This happened to me on a trip to Lyon.
And I want to go to France.
I was travelling solo from the States and had booked a stay with this old couple in their
I like the whole breaking out to all the voice
They must
actors.
have been in their mid-60s.
That's really
It was a new
smart.
listing and only had
I
a
like
couple
that.
of reviews, but
That's
they were
smart.
both really positive. From the photos, I could tell that this place wasn't exactly a 5-star joint, but for the price, it was a steal and in a great location to boot. That first night when I arrived, the older couple actually made dinner for me. It was a nice touch, and who was I to refuse? Their English was decent, so
And that's
we
some wine.
shared a few stories, and afterwards I went to
Of
explore the
course.
city and get a few drinks.
Have some drinks, have some wine, come home,
PM,
go to sleep.
were nowhere to be seen. In bed asleep, I figured. The pair had told me at dinner to help.
Of course,
myself to a little
I
wine,
called
which is
it.
precisely what I did when I got in. Nice folks. Afterwards, I went up to my bedroom to set
Yeah, after a few drinks, you need to sleep.
Now, I usually have trouble sleeping, but that night I fell asleep with surprising ease.
And the drinking.
That day had worn me out.
Exactly!
Really helped too, I guess. I'm not sure what time it was, but I awoke in the night to a flash of lightning. You know when your eyes are closed, but you can still tell.
But it's not raining outside.
Well,
I don't see any raindrops.
I remain curled up in bed with my eyes still shut, waiting for the crash of thunder to come with it. I counted the passing seconds in my head. My mum always used to tell me that however many seconds there were between the lightning and thunder, that was how many miles.
Yeah, it's good. And there's no rain.
So I'm there, counting away.
So that's weird.
5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20, 30. Huh, that's odd, I thought. No thunder. It was then, through closed eyelids, that I sensed another lightning flash. Again, I waited for the thunder, but it never came. I sat up in bed.
That training is really good too.
Just to see if my sleep-hazed mind was playing tricks on me. It hadn't been. Inside my bedroom were my...
Why? All they wanted to have babies asleep.
Initially, I didn't realize just how bizarre this situation was. I was still in that confused, just out of sleep state. Even still, I knew there was something off about their...
Even I can tell.
As my eyes,
Ah!
I could tell what was wrong. They were both
Ah!
masks. Latex masks.
Ah!
Faces with exaggerated features.
Ah!
The flashes had been from the...
Look at the woman's face!
They had been
Oh!
pictures of me whilst...
And the guy too!
The husband.
Oh!
And he was in mid-step, moving closer. She was further back by the door. It was as if he wanted to be in the pictures. With me now awake, they both froze like a pair of...
Oh!
What do you want? At the time, I couldn't think of anything else to say. The adrenaline hadn't kicked in yet. I was...
Me too! I'm confused too!
You're dreaming, said the male, his voice muffled behind the latex mask. Then...
How about we back up?
The door. Good night. It wasn't until I noticed the
Get back to your own
in
room.
the old man's hand that the situation fully dawned on me. I quickly gathered my shit
Thank
for the front door,
goodness!
glancing around like crazy in case the old fucks tried to ambush me with the wrench from around a corner. Needless to say, I contacted the police immediately, though nothing ever came of it. My evidence was all anecdotal. The old geezers had been smart enough to delete all of the pictures. My complaints to Airbnb were largely ignored too, though the old couple did...
Why?
I don't know what all of that was about.
Why did they took
A messed up
they
fetish
took in the trouble for that
and
crap?
potential snuff pictures they were making. The old man was definitely in the shots, and it was clear that he was trying to step towards me quietly,
Exactly.
wrench in hand. Whatever the case, I'll never complain about being a light sleeper again. I still check Airbnb regularly, just to make sure they don't use it.
Thank
to let anyone
goodness.
else in.
Yo, that's really freaky to be honest. Oh! Oh! Oh, Lord, no. No, no, no. Alright. Let's do the next one. This one is true Asylum horror story.
This happened to me about a year ago. I used to be a janitor for a cleaning agency. I would basically take contract jobs to clean in various locations. One day, my cleaning agency gave me a cleaning contract at a psychiatric ward. Also,
Don't ever go to asylums at night. That would be...
to take the job.
Oh, hardcore.
Asylums being
Scary.
haunted, but I took it anyway because the pay was decent.
And I mean, I'm
Later
serious.
that day, I arrived there. I see a huge old-looking building. To be honest, I was quite creeped out since the asylum was secluded.
Exactly my point. Don't ever go to secluded
When I
asylums at
arrived
night.
inside, I noticed people giving me an uninviting stare. I'm not just talking about the patients, I'm also talking about the employees as well. To be honest, I kept it professional and began to do my job. I remember mopping the hallway.
Like
and
what?
seeing really bizarre things. I saw some creepy looking patients that had a disturbing look to them. I don't know, they just looked like the kind of people you would see in one of
Oh!
the
Ah!
movies.
No, thank you! Wow! Why is Baldy here?
Really gave me the chills. It was
Oh,
big.
Baldy for
He was
Baldi's
about 7
Basics.
feet tall. He gave me this really disturbing smile like he wanted to kill me. I can see a nurse instructing him to lay on his bed. He didn't look too happy.
Yeah, no, that's Baldy!
I also remember seeing a swimming
From
class
Baldi's
in the
Basics.
place. Well, not exactly a swimming class, just a bunch of patients in a swimming pool. They were all holding an exercise ball.
That's really good animation, by the way.
Instructor. I personally
That's
think
why I
it was
love
the
Hoto's
least.
Party. They're good at
It was around the
animation.
end of my shift. I was getting ready to head home. I noticed all the patients' doors were closed, except for one room. I could see someone laying on the floor with their legs halfway across the door. It was a bit alarming.
Exactly.
Laying on the floor like that. I
Oh!
getting yanked into the room. That honestly
Enemy.
startled the crap out of me. I then noticed a puddle of blood spilling out from the room and onto the hallway. I decided to approach the room and see what the hell was going on. As I peeked inside the room, I
What?
saw one of the most disturbing things ever. It was the tall man I saw earlier. He was biting the hell out of one of the nurse's neck. You could see the nurse's eyes gouged out with blood pouring everywhere. I carefully made sure to not
Run! Run!
and immediately started driving off. I even called the
Ooh! Ooh!
I'm still traumatized by what I saw that night. I'm not sure exactly what happened to the tall man, but
He probably took over the asylum.
chills just thinking about him.
I called it a school. Wow! Look at this dude! That's legit like Baldy from Baldi's SpaceX. Let me just see. Yeah. 2 times fine. Alright, this one is called True Amusement Park Horror Story.
It was the beginning of summer. I decided to go to my local
This is the
amusement
last
park.
one, guys.
My town opens the amusement park only during the summertime. I would usually spend, most of my summers indoors watching YouTube.
Basically, like everyone else
Basically,
on YouTube
living
right
with
now.
my introverted tendencies. I was never.
He
the
kinda
type of
sounds
guy
like
who
Dennis
decided to
Zuko
make friends at the fair this year,
from Greece.
or at least
He even looks like him.
It was around the evening time, and I remember taking the bus alone. I finally arrived and remember seeing.
I love going to amusement parks.
Every time I look
I
at
miss
a roller
it.
coaster or Ferris wheel, I always think of the movie Final Destination, where the freak accidents occur. I'm personally afraid of heights, so I
What I do?
in a tall
I
ride.
love high rides. High roller coasters.
I played a few carnival games, but would always come out empty-handed. Maybe I just sucked at the monotonous fair games and was better off playing video games at home. At least it's something I'm better at, but decided to test my luck. After all the unsuccessful attempts at winning my prizes, there was one game that caught my attention. It was an old, dusty-looking machine isolated at the end of the park. It looked like one of those fortune-teller machines that you would see in
But very
arcades.
secluded.
The game didn't draw much attention from the people at the fair, so I decided to check it
But
out
it's
myself.
secluded.
It was called Psychic Clown. It had a creepy looking clown inside. You know, sort of looked a bit too real for my liking, honestly. I also noticed the game cost $1 per try, so I put whatever spare change I had into the slot. I then pressed the button, and the clown began talking. It said, "Ask me a yes or no question to uncover the truth, and then press the go button." So, I asked the clown, "Will I get a girlfriend by the end of the
Sandy
year?"
Olsen.
I hit the go button, and the clown began moving. It started disturbingly laughing, and then eventually said the word.
That is just rude.
I thought to myself, this can't be accurate.
But
It's just a
also,
fair game.
it is just a game.
But the sad reality was that the clown was probably right. I decided to ask the clown more personal questions.
That's really dumb.
I dropped more change in the slot and asked him, "Are my parents divorced?" My parents have been divorced for 10 years now. I pressed go, and the clown began doing its disturbing laugh again, eventually saying the word yes.
What the heck am I doing?
It contemplated if it was just a fluke, or if this psychic clown game was for real. I reached for more change and realized that I only had $2 left, which was supposed to be my bus fare. I planned on calling my mom to come pick me up, so I decided to use my last $2 on the psychic clown now.
That is the
I
dumbest thing in the
I
world.
was ready to ask it a question, but the game didn't work this time. I gave it a few light taps and the clown began to laugh again.
Oh! Oh!
This time, it seemed like the clown was malfunctioning. It began laughing uncontrollably and started jerking its body back and forth just vigorously.
Oh!
The movements were so vigorous to the point where the clown started banging his head on the glass, causing it to crack. This caused me to have a fight or flight reaction while others laughed at me.
It's not funny!
I found the whole
It's not
ordeal
funny!
disturbing to say the least. I assumed it was some sort of
Oh,
glitch, so I decided
no.
to spend $1 on one more question. The last question I asked to the clown is, "Will my mom pick me up from the fair tonight?" Again, the clown begins
Can
to
it
do
stop?
its creepy laugh. Then it says the word, "No." The next part of this story is what sends chills down my spine. My mom calls me right after the clown says,
Oh
I
no!
pick up the phone and my mom asks me if I'm on my way home. I ask her if she can pick me up and she says, "Yes, I will." The call abruptly cuts off. I figured my phone had poor signal, so I didn't bother calling her back. I assumed that she was on her way to pick me up. At this point, I realized that the clown's revelation was wrong.
That's
My mom was
good.
on her way to pick me up. I head to
But
the
it cut off.
to wait for my mom to arrive.
And now I'm worried.
A few minutes then turned to an hour. I dialed my mom's number again, and I tried calling her back,
What?
but the call went straight to voicemail. I repeat this 10 more times.
What?
I leave her a text message saying, "Where are you?" But I didn't get a response. I then called my stepdad. He answered the phone and asked if I'm headed home. I tell him I've been trying to get a hold of my mom for the past 2 hours. I can hear sheer panic in my stepdad's voice as he tells me he will get my cousin to come pick me up.
What happened?
An hour later, my cousin finally arrives to pick me up. He had a look of distress.
My heart has sunk.
He had just been through hell. I asked him if he knows where my mom is and why my stepdad didn't come for the ride. What he said next turned my stomach into a million knots. He tells me that he dropped my stepdad off at the hospital because my mom got into a car crash. I panicked and told my cousin to immediately drive to the hospital. Upon arrival, I find out from the doctors that my mom is dead from her injuries. It's been a year since my mom's passing, and I always contemplate whether I was the reason for her death, calling and texting her while she was driving. My other theory is it might have had something to do with that psychic clown. A part of me thinks that the psychic clown played a part in my mom's death, but I will never know for sure.
was the last short. That was the last short. That was the last short. Oh! Alright guys, if you want to see some more, I highly recommend you subscribe to Horror Shorts Party because they have a lot more in store. I highly recommend you subscribe to them so that way it helps them out on YouTube to get more viewership. I highly recommend it. They are brilliant at what they do and I love them. I really do. They make great shorts. They deserve the recognition. If you want to see some more videos like this, hit that bell icon, the notification bell, and also blast that like button. And keep chillaxing, relaxing, and don't stop believing. And most of all, I love all of you. Holy moly. Horror Shorts Party, you guys are legends.